Hi everybody, it's Anne-Marie from Traction Complete again, and I'm here with another really interesting complete discovery use case that I think you're going to love. So everybody that's in business recognizes that companies get classified by their industry. But what a lot of people don't realize is the foundation for that classification system was built in 1987. And since then, it gets updates, but it's usually every 5 years, which can be a lifetime depending on what industry you live in. And so it's become very difficult to really get a lot of value from those classifications or those categories. And so one of the things I love about AI is you can not only get it to sort of redefine your industry classifications for you, but you can get it to look at the information from different lenses. And so I wanted to create a use case that said, okay, let's look at some accounts and let's first reclassify what you might get from a Zoom Info as an example, or from the NAICS lists of industries. Let's reclassify it. And then I want to see it from different perspectives. So the buyer lens to me is, what kind of problem does this solve for customers? And let's classify it that way. And then we can take it one step further and look at it from a competitor lens and say, what would an investor or a rival classify this company as? And so you start to begin to see the different ways that you can slice and dice an industry to add more value to your sales teams. So let's run it through here, and I'll just get you the results and then we'll dig into them a little bit. So my prompt is here, as you know, with Complete Discover. It will take context from any cell you have information in, as well as your column headers. You have the option of selecting different LLMs and models. Today we're going to go with OpenAI's GPT 5.1, and we are going to run this right now. Give it a few seconds to come in, and we'll see what kind of information it brings us. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm just going to give us some more space. So let's look at a couple examples. So Stripe is a great example. It has historically been classified under financial services. Financial services historically has meant banks, and Stripe is anything but a bank. It does financial transactions, but it's not a bank. So it is not exactly accurate to put them under financial services. You could put them under computer software, but where I think you get a lot more value is when you look at it through different lens. So buyer lens, we have financial infrastructure and payments orchestration. And then if you looked at it through what an investor would qualify them as or what a rival would qualify them as, you get even more of a nuanced classification: developer-centric payments platform and fintech infrastructure. And then I also asked AI to give us some reasoning as to why there was a reclassification. And here's a good one. Stripe sells to businesses as payment infrastructure, whereas banks sell to consumers as financial accounts. So again, 1987 categories is not always appropriate for modern day technology companies. Another good one is Twilio. They are often categorized as telecommunications, but really they are providing a communications platform as a service, so CPaaS. And essentially they allow, if you're developing an application and you want to have, say, SMS messaging as part of your application, then you would use Twilio to make sure that can come into your application without you having to start it entirely from scratch. And so looking at the reasoning for that, we'll explain exactly that. Twilio sells to developers as a cloud software platform, not as a telecom carrier. So the classification matters, and the more specific we can get, the better it is for companies. So these are just different nuances, and these are just a few examples of ways that you can really use AI to evaluate a business from different perspectives that better align with what you're selling and how you're selling, to open up more opportunities. And even more important too is to stop all of that manual research that has to happen when an account comes in or you're creating your targeted account list. Being able to see it from different perspectives was done pretty much always manually. And so now we can use AI to do all of that research for us. So just a few cool examples. I hope it generates some more ideas, and stay tuned for more Complete Discover use cases.